You're pouring alcohol. We can say that on the internet. And we're live! A little late. Okay, and we're gonna tweet. We had to deck build, and we had to eat dinner, and we had to clear the table, and then we had to figure out which format was best for 2-player, for this style. It's been a process. But hello and welcome to tonight's bonus stream. Steve and I are playing a 2-player game, and we are playing Netrunner. And we have been wanting to play Netrunner for a while on the stream. We actually bought the World Champ decks. Well, I bought the World Champ decks from last year's World Champ. Oh, hey, can you just tweak the camera a little? Just push the arm away from you. Push the arm away from you. Other way. Sorry, pull it. That's good. That's good. Okay. Anyway, we like Netrunner. Netrunner is one of the reasons why we started, well, not dating.
Dating. Dating was a component.
It's why we took our relationship to the next level, I feel. I also burned myself tonight when I was cooking. It's also really hot in this house. Anyway, Netrunner is definitely something that I would say is responsible for our relationship, be that a good or bad thing. And so we played it for quite a while when we first started dating, and then we got to like 12 expansions, and we were just like, this isn't feasible, we're not building, it's just too much to keep up with, especially with all that kind of stuff. So we kind of stopped playing it. But we still really enjoyed it, and every once in a while we'd pull it out and play like a pre-made deck that somebody had posted on the internet. So yeah. And then I got the World Champ decks, because I was like, yeah, we're gonna play those! Never played them. And then this was announced, and Steve was like, oh, we're getting that. So, Netrunner...
If nothing else, it's an excuse to play more Netrunner and not worry about deck building competitively.
Yeah. So, Netrunner, we're not competitive people in that regard. We're competitive with each other, but, like, even then, not really. So, Netrunner Terminal Directive. Also, hello, John. I bought you more LaCroix. Netrunner Terminal Directive is a 2-player legacy campaign game, and so the idea is that you and your opponent are playing this game together throughout the completion of the game. So there are cards that we will destroy and stickers that will be put on and like written on and all this other stuff. There's a smudge right there. So,
I blame the cat.
the box is pretty sizable, like, and you need the core set of Netrunner to play at the very least. There are a few cards on one of the recommended starter decks that they recommend that would require you to have 2 core sets, but 3 of the 4 recommended decks do not require you to have 4 core sets, so there you go. Either way, the box is like really huge, mostly for a lot of air. So there's stickers, there's like the stop, this is a legacy game, there's a giant bag, and then there's like a bunch of these card packs, which are like, you know what, I have an overhead camera for a reason. There's these card packs, right? And then there's this giant cardboard insert for like literally nothing. So,
I mean, the laser cut wood insert for this would be amazing.
But why? Like, unless, I mean, so we have a lot of Netrunner cards, and I would say that our box is full. Stina, if you start barking at the back door. Yep, there she goes. It's so hot in this house, and she's forcing us to close all the doors, and I am sad.
Or she gets baby gated on this side.
Oh, goodness. So, yeah, let's just baby get her. It's kind of a lot, it's kind of excessive. It's one of those things where I'm like, oh hey, the name of the game on the top of this is not accurate. Whoops.
This is totally Energy Empire.
I mean, there's energy involved. We're gonna say Netrunner TV. That's what we're gonna say. Cool. Alright, there we go. Now we're the right... Ah! Okay. Now we're the right thing. Ow. My face. Specifically the back of my face. Oh, jeez. Okay. So yeah, it's kind of long, but yeah. Okay. So what's going to happen is There's been a murder. So I'm going to read the story. And then we are going to play the first game of the campaign live on the internet for you all. And here's how we're going to do this. So there are a couple like spoiler things. And when there are spoiler things, depending on the type of spoiler thing, one of us might leave the room so that the other person can read it to the camera. And then we're going to hold up something to be like, this is a spoiler thing. I mean, we could make a sign that says spoiler.
Do we have a race car?
Spoiler
warning?
Let's get the this is fine.
Oh,
Dog.
yeah, okay.
That's perfect. We'll take his Goomba hat off, but this is too hard to hold on. So when we are saying or reading something that is a spoiler beyond just like the main introduction of the game, we will have this dog and he will be on camera, so you know to mute. When the dog goes away, hopefully not to be eaten by a dog, when the dog goes off camera, you know that it's not something that's spoilerific. So it's up to you if you care or not. We are just going to be playing the first game. It's so that people can have an idea of, one, how to play Netrunner, and two, if they would be interested in this game. So, yeah, we're not sure how many games are involved. Quinn's from Shut Up and Sit Down played through completely and said that it took him and his friend 9 hours of play. But they're like Netrunner fanatics, so he was like, it probably will take twice as long if you're not a massive Netrunner person. So, yeah, that is kind of the gist of how we're going to do this. So, I'm going to read the story.
And then I will pull out, so there are the do not open packs. There's 2 packs of stickers.
Don't shuffle like that. Mix for shot.
There's 2 packs of stickers and 2 packs of cards, one of each for each of us. And they're arranged in sets, and so we're going to be using the first set for this. So I will open the do not opens.
And then there's dividers in them, kind of like Pandemic Legacy if you've ever played that. So we won't go too far.
One thing they recommended, I think, was that some of the cards we are going to put stickers on, so they recommended sleeving so that you could
tell
still
thickness.
shuffle.
I'm not worried about it for this game.
More just so
but
they,
future games, we're definitely going to be sleeving these. Lucky me, I work at a game store and have a bunch of cool sleeves at my disposal. Because I buy them whenever I'm like, oh, that's cool, and then we just have a bunch of sleeves for no reason. My deck's going to be a Pokemon deck, by the way. The Pokemon sleeves.
Hasbirade
Pokemon. Yeah.
HVT.
Okay, so while Steve opens that, I'm going to read the story, and then I'm going to explain a little bit more just about Netrunner in general, and then teach Netrunner, and then we're going to start. I guess to say Netrunner, the idea is the universe, it's in some distant future, maybe hopefully not too distant, where technology, like we have a lot of cybernetic implants, things like that. There's bots, there's androids, all this other stuff, and there's a group of people which are the mega powerful corporations who I will be playing and representing as. They have the blue-backed cards, and then there are the elite hackers who are working against the system either for personal gain or political gain or power or like save the world. Everybody has a different motivation when they hack, just like all the corporations have different things that they want to accomplish. So there's your Netrunner world. Okay, here we go. Here's the murder story. Also, I'm in a little bit of pain because I burned myself at dinner, and I went to the doctor today and had a thing cut off. That sounded ominous. I had a piercing that I took out a long time ago, and it healed really weird, and so it was doing not awesome things, and I had that fixed today, which just means that I have like funny enough, a bigger hole in my head than the original piercing caused.
So you needed that piercing like you needed a hole in the head?
Slightly, yeah. So I'm in a little bit of pain tonight from that. So I am drinking a pale ale, and Steve is drinking a cider. Or technically it's a fruit wine, but... Oh, on your phone. I don't know how to do it. Usually I just drag it down. You could, like, leave the thing and then come back, maybe? Oh, I'm telling her this. She can't see it. Sorry, Eden. There we are. Okay, here we go. Here's the story. Is everybody ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. You're making a lot of pasta.
Sorry, this is the last one. Just hold up with the murder. Also, the Android Netrunner universe was based on the board game Android, if you don't know, that was designed by Kevin Wilson as sort of the love letter to sci-fi. And the game itself is a re-implementation, mostly the same rules, of Richard Garfield's 1994 collectible card game. But the game of Android, you are all detectives trying to solve a murder.
Mm-hmm.
And going around a board and doing things. So this is, I don't know, I was like, there's a murder! It's just like that other game in the same
They're trying
universe.
to tie the world of Netrunner, which lives in the world of Android, closer to the game and world of concepts of Android. But here we go. Okay.
Perhaps.
She was glad the bodies were gone, even if the smell still lingered. Investigator Whitney Frank had seen her share of violent crime scenes, but those ragdoll corpses with crushed skulls had left her shaken. 2 techs bagged the heavy sledgehammer, while a low-hovering cam drone gathered some last-minute images. The other officers milled among themselves, sipping yucca bean or swiping away vert after vert of logs. Soon this would be just another case number in the immense NAPD backlog. "Pretty quick mop job," quipped a familiar voice. "Bet that really burns you, Wit." Investigator Inez Delgado stepped out of the shadows, her fingers dancing around her illuminated pad as always. "Yeah, too quick," Frank shook her head. "Somebody wants this to go away quietly." "What are you doing down here?" "Somebody's car alarm is going off."
Ambience.
Great.
It's like a radio drama.
As part of the Cyber Bureau, Delgado rarely left her desk. The city's surveillance network served her well. "I had a hunch," replied Delgado. "Local C-cam is busted, but I intercepted some vid from another source, the sort that's a journo's glee and some corpse's nightmare." Oh god. Corpse.
Not a corpse, a corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course she had. Delgado had probably hacked the source herself. "The victims were all human first," Frank explained. "The evidence points to them being jumped by someone big, heavily augmented, really strong. He killed them all with a sledgehammer, exactly the same way Human First goes about destroying golems." Delgado crossed her arms and looked at the ground. "It was a biroid that did this." Frank stared. "No way! Biroids can't kill. They've got those directives." "The vid all but proves it," Delgado said. "Maybe somebody wrote a new directive." Dun, dun, dun! So,
could that be, perhaps?
It might be a terminal directive. Okay, so this game will work for beginner Netrunner players. It doesn't teach you how to play Netrunner itself, but there's you just need a core set, and if you've played once or you play the core set once, then you can play this one. So yeah, it's like a nice story reason to play that isn't just deck building. So
and winning at all costs.
Yeah. So that leads us to here. So each of us has a story for why we are involved. Steve is playing Steve Cambridge, and I'm not going to read Steve's entire story, but do you want to summarize your character? Oh yeah, the guy's name is Steve Cambridge, and it kind of looks like a taller, slightly more muscular, a little bit different haircut, gelled haired back Steve, so it's kind of nice. And I'm playing a mega corporation. So.
You're a person. You can vote. You have all sorts of rights.
That's true. As a corporation, I do have more rights than a lot of people. Yep.
Also
okay.
in this future.
Yeah. All right. What's your summary of your character? Good sir.
I believe I am some sort of IT type person that plays dumb, so I can do hacky tech things while still having the cover of being employed for a big company.
Yeah. So Steve works for like a networking IT or a networking company that like runs the internet or like runs a bunch of cables for the internet, and he pretends to be a stupid IT goof who doesn't know much and keeps screwing up, but in actuality he's like super elite hacker that just likes to do stuff to make money that he thinks is fun. and then he was surfing the web, and his stuff was hacking, and something big came in that was super encrypted, and he was like, ooh, and so that's how Steve's involved.
Wait, which Steve?
You, Steve.
Okay.
You are both Steves.
I'm both.
You are one Steve and the same. Okay. I am Seder Laboratories, which is a sub-company of Hasbiroid, which is a mega corporation that makes biroids. And I am a research laboratory company, and I have a whole bunch of people that have come and are really angry with I guess you could say, like, they've written the story from, like, the director of, like, the boss of some laboratory group that has a lot of, like, angry scientists telling her that I can't get rid of the directives. Like, I'm not allowed to remove directives from androids, from biroids. And I'm like, yeah, but why? And so the argument's kind of going nowhere, and we agree to disagree continually, and then all the scientists leave, and then I get a call from the director of Hasbiroid, and they say, something has gone wrong with Project Adrestia? Something has gone wrong with Project Adrestia. So I don't know as a person, as a player, at this time, if my company has created a biroid that doesn't have directives, and then that biroid went and did things. I don't know that. And Steve found this massive, super encrypted, amazing file, and he doesn't know if it's involved. Like, he doesn't know if it's involved with the biroid case. He doesn't know what's going on. So that is what is happening. And now we're going to do it. So, in a normal game of Netrunner, one player plays as the corp, one player plays as the runner. That is always the way it shall be. The job of the corporation is to try and complete agendas. So agendas are just like different objectives that you're trying to complete for business purposes or whatnot. If I complete a certain number of agendas or score 6 agenda points, is it 6 agenda points? If I score a certain number of agenda points, I win.
I think it's 7. I remember it being 7.
Okay. Well, we can look that up. So, an example of an agenda that... some of these cards are upside down and it's driving me nuts. An example of an agenda that I might be trying to do is an accelerated beta test. And if I manage to pull it off, I'm going to score 2 points. And I also can do some like bonus stuff when I score this.
And then if I...
So the goal of Steve's character is to hack into my systems and steal agendas before they can be accomplished.
And ostensibly, I'm revealing them to the world or whatnot, which means you can't get away with your secret plan to do your accelerated beta test.
Well, that's if you're a hacker justice warrior.
Yeah.
Your character is playing mostly for profit, so you would be stealing my uncompleted objectives and showing them and selling them basically to the highest bidder, who might be a person that tries to expose my company as a horrible company or something like that. So that's kind of what's happening. So as the corporation, I'm going to have a few locations set out that Steve can hack. So I'm going to first have my corporation identity card, which just talks a little bit about my company with some flavor text, and then it has like some stats for deck building. It has some stats, and then it has some text as regard to like a specific ability that I might have for this game. So this one, at the first time each turn the runner loses or spins a click. Is it a click? Yeah, it's a click.
Yeah.
The first time each turn the runner loses or spins a click during a run, I may add 1 card from Archives to the top of R&D. Archives is the Netrunner fancy word for my discard. R&D is the fancy Netrunner term for my deck. So, I have that out. Steve can run on that. He can try and hack that card to gain access to my hand. Then I have my deck, which is my R&D. Steve can try and hack my deck to draw the top however many number of cards to see if he can find an agenda that way. Then I'll have my discard pile, which Steve can also hack to take things out of. Typically the discard pile, unless you have something that you might get out of it later, or you accidentally discard an agenda or something like that, like hacking the discard pile doesn't necessarily benefit unless he has a card that gives him money for doing that.
Or unless you had agendas that you put into there, so I can score them if I get them out of your discard.
My discard is face down, yeah?
Face up.
Face up.
But you can discard face down.
Oh, yes. I can discard from my hand for reasons.
Yeah, if you're forced to discard, it's face up.
So there's that. Then I can build remote servers. So I can lay remote servers out from my hand face down, and typically those remote servers are my agendas. I can have a few cards that are basically bluffs, so they're not actually agendas, but like I'll play them like they are agendas, so he'll attack them, and then I'll be like, ah, they're not, you're dead. Stuff like that. So I can put some of those out. So this is totally not a thing, but like I'm gonna have some pretend ones out. Yeah? So one of the ways as a corporation I can protect my stuff is I can put ICE on it. So ICE is basically firewalls and various security protocols and stuff like that.
Intrusion countermeasures electronics.
Yeah. So I can put as much ICE as I want face down on each server. So these are my remote servers. This counts as a primary server, primary server, primary server. So I could put ICE over here to protect my hand. I could put ICE to protect my deck. I could put ICE, whatever. And I play it all face down, and I don't have to pay for it. So I can put as much as I want down.
You pay.
So hang on. What?
When you stack more than one, you pay one additional credit for each.
Yeah.
The first one's 1, then 2, then 3. Then.
So Steve has basically fake hardware represented by, he has a rig, he has a computer represented by a bunch of cards, and he can add additional hardware that is limited by the number of slots he has on his rig that will do various things for buff. He can also run programs and instances and things like that to get money or to do runs or do other different bonuses. So basically, if you imagine he's just got there's a massive rig and he's sitting in his basement, goggle up, and like he can play cards that let him use programs, make phone calls, use like connections and networks that he's got. And the goal of that is to get money and then to do runs. So a run is when he tries to hack me. So when he makes a run, he declares what he's making a run on, and then I can decide if I'm going to reveal ICE. So if he's going to run here, I can decide if I want to reveal this card or not. If I reveal this card, I have to pay the cost, which is in the upper left. So I pay for it when I reveal it. Then we do what it says. And then I can also pay, like if this was a layer and he gets to here, I can pay to reveal this, right? If I don't pay to reveal ICE, he can just walk in. Like I don't activate it, so he just waltzes in, looks at the card, potentially steals it. So, for the corporation, it's a little bit, it's not hide and go seek, but you're basically, there's
shell game?
It's a little bit of a shell game. There's some subversion, there's some bluffing, there's it's mostly a defensive one. There are some corporations that are very much attack, where like their ICE does damage, because one of the things that I can do to win is kill Steve. Like I can have programs that
also in the game.
Yeah. I can have programs that damage his brain and hurt him and things like that to make him go basically comatose, stuff like that. So bad things could happen. The other way one of us could win is decking a thing in this one? I can't remember.
No.
There's agendas and then there's...
Let me see. I can't remember if decking is a thing.
Also, terminal directives give these pads where we're going to put stickers with various things for the thing. So there you go. Also, I'm going to look at my do not opens.
you can get decked as the corporation.
That's what I
But
thought.
if I get flatlined, which is I have no cards in my hand and you do an additional damage to me, then I lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, either my maximum hand size or my cards go down to below 0. And it is 7 agenda points to win.
Okay. So there are dividers. We're playing corpse at 1. So we just do the cards
And stickers for 1.
from 1.
Yep, and then we put the other ones back in the box.
Yeah, so these ones can go back. And then I need the stickers from 1. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of stickers.
But I think neither of us have really seen or followed this too much, so all we really know is it's campaign expansion.
Yeah.
There's a number of sets of cards.
Okay.
Trying to do the mystery.
So, the stickers,
So the cards, the first one is story, and then the back side is game text. So we
And it
should
tells
both
you
know,
what to do.
We should both know the game text, but we could keep the...
Yeah.
I'm fine if,
Well, but, so one of the things that you can do this game, because it's Legacy, you obviously can't play as the runner again, because you'll know all the stuff, you'll know what you have to go for. But, if you keep things, story, plot, points, secret from your opponent, we could swap at a later date, so I could play the runner and Steve could play the corp. So we're actually maybe going to do that. But in these stickers, there's a card, which is a giant wall of text. That's all text. It's not going to... There you go. So that's the story, and then this is the game stuff that we have to do. So for game stuff, I need to add... I get 3 cards called Evidence Collection, and I have to add them to my deck. Whee! Then I have to pick some stuff
Oh, there are
and do some
rules.
stickers.
There are rules in here about the different types of stickers. I'll go over them pretty quickly.
No, we won't worry about it. We'll do it when we put it on. There's too much. I just want to get going. But basically, there's objectives. There's kind of abilities. There's cautions, which are bad things that you can trigger, and then there's side tasks, which are side objectives. That's the gist.
Yep.
And whenever you cover a sticker with another sticker, the previous sticker is invalid. So, okay. Do you want to read the story walls?
Yeah.
Opposite. I'll just go ahead and read it. But here we go. Spoiler. This is a spoiler. Here's the dog. So there we go. Spoiler incoming. When the dog goes away, there's no more spoilers.
All right. You want me to read the wall?
Yeah, you can read first.
An old friend. The message had been signed Hertz, which is a handle you had almost forgotten. The last time you'd heard it was in the context of whatever happened to Hertz. Anyone remember them? So, probably a hoax, but what the hell, you'd opened it. It was definitely them. From calling you loser, L-U-S-E-R, to a dozen other in-jokes, there's no way the message was faked, and no one else would have the balls to slap a handful of NAPD watermarked 3Ds of a murder scene into the data stream like that. So here you are, outside a Yucca Bean kiosk in Esmeraldas, about to meet Hertz face-to-face. Problem is that suddenly a cop walks up, kicks your foot, says, "Hey, loser," and sits down next to you. Okay, so short version. The reason no one's heard from me in years is I'm a cop now. She shows you her badge, which flashes its ID at your pad. Investigator Inez Delgado. But I need outside help on this one. I got what looks like a spree killer that no one else is investigating. She kicks your foot again to stall your protest. Here's the kicker. Killer's a bioroid. You in?
Alright, so...
And Investigator Inez Delgado is... That's her.
Chicken in my house, be right back. Awesome. Eden, you're the best. Okay, so Steve has to add the Investigator Delgado cards to his deck, and then he has to pick which tasks he's going to put on his board, which we'll talk about after my story. 3 dead and Lou. The images spilled across the air before you. Oh god. The images spilling across the air before you are gruesome. Mangled bodies, blood sprayed across a back alley somewhere in Laguna Velasco. 3 dead. More images follow. The last one is familiar to you. You saw it on the news feed a few nights ago. This is Victor Gray, explained Sloan, your new chief of security. UN bigwig on the Interplanetary Affairs Committee. Found dead in his hotel. Drowned. Ruled an accident. Sloan pauses, reviewing his notes through his brain-machine interface. We know it was a homicide, covered up for 2 reasons. 1, things with Mars are tense enough as it is. 2, the killer is a biroid, which is supposed to be impossible, because the first directive forbids them from killing or even allowing a human to come to harm. Sloan gestures, and the vert display swims back to the bloody alleyway murder. It looks like either that same biroid is still out there killing, or there's more than one murder bot on the loose. Sloan folds his arms behind his back and waits, his briefing done. My staff is ready to pursue this at your order. A renegade biroid is a disaster for some and an opportunity for others. One thing is clear, you must find it first. Dun dun dun!
Dun, dun, dun.
So, I can pick to either...
These are the ethos?
Yeah. So, I can pick either... I want it found and neuralized with plausible... I want it found and neuralized with plausible deniability of any involvement. Or, this is need to know only. I want this rogue biroid found, no matter the cost. So I have to pick one of those, and then my decision will sway like what sticker I get, which is like an ability and an objective and all that kind of stuff.
And so the 2 ethos are basically good and, you know, good.
It's not good
and bad, but
it's not good and it's basically
like
that's the wrong book.
Predator and Protector, I think. Yeah, Protector and Predator. So there's other things that are affected by which one you have more of on your pad, in your ethos.
I am going to go with I want it found and neutralized with plausible deniability of any involvement. So, your first priority is to get the killer off the streets. You can study the anomaly at leisure afterwards. You reprioritize several internal assets, delaying non-critical projects and reassigning personnel from overstaffed departments. R&D are happy about it, but then when are they ever? So the first time the runner jacks out of a run, you may choose any number of cards in headquarters and add them to the bottom of R&D. Draw that many cards, close this file. Oh, so this is a one-time use, basically. And I put it in slot G. So whenever a thing says close this file, that means that you put a sticker over it, which means you can no longer use it. So this will let me, if I activate it after Steve has jacked out of a run, so when he's finished the run, I can take however many cards I want from my hand and put them at the bottom of my deck. And then draw that number of cards to replace. Very interesting.
Alright. And then so for me, before my first game, add all copies of Investigator Inez Delgado to my deck. So she's a resource, and then I can basically score her as an agenda, and then she gives me an ability. So I need to pick either one of these responses to Inez Delgado. 1, a cop, does not compute. 2, how can I help get this thing off the streets and hopefully give some corp or another a black eye? Or, sounds like you got a real problem on your hands, investigator. If the money's good, I might even care about it. So, I'm feeling like a goody two-shoes, so I'm going to do the first one. So, I'm going to read this sticker, Ounce of Prevention. The playbook says the best time to win a battle is before it begins. Preparation is everything. You decide to take your time and start slow. There's no sense in tipping your hand and letting the authorities know you're chasing this murder. Your secretary, Proxy, agrees. Speaking as the most important resident of your rig, the last thing I want is for you to hit some gray or black ice and get my home scragged and melted. Let's get us some tools to work with. So I can throw this task into slot G. When I have 3 or more programs installed, gain 6 credits, and then close this file.
Yep. So the added ethos effect that I got was whenever the runner makes an unsuccessful run, gain 2 credits. So I just have that until I cover it up. And then my objective for like the foreseeable future. The good news is that the subject is an android, says your principal legal advisor Zhang. We don't need to file any extraordinary rendition paperwork or even admit that we have it unless we get subpoenaed, but I still advise caution. You decide to follow 2 parallel strategies. The first is to attempt to solve the murder in the traditional way, gathering evidence and liaisoning with the NAPD where appropriate. The second is to attempt to predict the Biroid's next move and intercept it. Chief Sloan is confident that one of the 2 approaches will be successful given time. But do you have enough? So my objective is to win, basically, I need to win 2 games, and I have a thing that tracks when I win, and once I win 2 games, I get to unlock my number 2, like, set of cards and stickers. So what about you? What are yours?
So mine, for my ethos effect that I put in slot A, whenever the corp scores an agenda, I gain 2 credits. So that's helpful. And then I'm going to read Follow the Trail. Delgado gives you meat box details to coordinate the investigation. Can't have you coming down to the station, she explains. Doubt you'd want to, anyway. She introduces you, virtually, to Officer Frank, a voluptuous red-headed woman who seems equal parts nervous and exasperated with Delgado's attempts to saddle her with a nickname. Your role is simple, Delgado explains. We think one of the corps is trying to cover this up. I could crack everything open myself, except, surprise, I have no warrant. So that part is up to you. Find out what the corp knows that we don't, Brain and I. Then she says, That's not my name, Frank exclaims. Brain and I will keep working the forensic and eyewitness angle. So I have to make progress. I have to win 1 game. And
No,
then...
you have to win 2 games.
Oh, is it
It's a counter.
errata?
No. Whenever you... progress means you check 1 off.
So progress is win 1 game, and I have to win 2, and when that's complete, I reveal set 2.
Yep.
So this goes in the objective slot.
Yep. Alright, and so the last bit for me, I have another task. So, it's called Against All Odds. You really should bring this to the board. You don't pay your secretary to be so fussy. In fact, you don't pay your secretary at all. It's an AI, a computer program that does a reasonable facsimile of a mother hen in the guise of a holographic person. Still, it's got a point. You are devoting a significant portion of the company's resources to what might amount to nothing. But if the board were notified, the directors might get involved. If they decide to get involved, they might remove you from the project. They might even remove you from your position. Your secretary accepts your decision with the exact same grace and respect you might expect from your grandmother. Well, let's call it a last resort, then. So, this...
Are you asking for forgiveness instead of permission?
Yeah. So, this goes in slot D, and this I mark off... It's got 3 slots, and every time I lose a game, I mark off 1. If I mark off all the slots, I reveal set 9. So that's all of my stuff. The directions tell me to destroy any remaining cards and stickers in this set and discard this card, but we're not going to do that because if we decide to swap or play from another angle, yeah, who knows?
And then I've got my task, Rise Up. This is my optional task. You meet Delgado again in the private chat space Members Only, which helps reassure you as to her true identity. You run into a few old friends there, actually. I can't mix these worlds like this, Delgado explains. I can't be a cop and have to maybe bust you guys someday, and also be chummy. But this is too important not to use all the assets I have. So if it comes to it, her avatar shrugs, it might have to be all hands on deck. Guru's army, shouts Sansan Seraph. No, says someone else, the Gang of N. Nothing else productive happens at that meeting. Progress. Lose 1 game. It has 4 bubbles to tick off. And then when that's complete, reveal set 9.
Oh, sorry. I have lose 4 games too, I said. Yeah, so there we go.
And that goes in my slot D.
So we kind of know what's going up. I'm going to move the dog.
Yep.
Da-da-da.
And then we could actually show our...
No more spoilers. So we have, these are our paths. So we'll keep them kind of far if you don't want spoilers. But basically, this is both of our main objectives. These are like different special abilities we can use once. And then these are like side things that happen when we do things throughout the game.
Yep. And then these caution things are apparently bad.
But we don't have
any of those yet.
So yeah, there we go. Also, I didn't mention, there's a whole bunch of actions that each player type can take. Steve gets 4 actions a turn, I get 3 actions a turn, but I always get a card at the start of my turn, whereas Steve does not.
Where did these go? Oh, did you just...
These are mine.
Oh no, where are the ones you were getting rid of go?
I just put them at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but, I have like a lot more things that I can do. Like I can draw additional cards, I can get money, I can install cards like I said, I can play instances, I can do advancements, which is how I score agendas. I also can spend a whole bunch of clicks to purge any virus counters that Steve might have installed on my server. And I can also trash resources if I tag him, which means I like know where he is. I can start discarding stuff from his deck.
Which is pretty nasty.
Yeah. Steve, alternatively, is shuffling. Steve can draw a card, he can get money, he can install a program, piece of hardware, stuff like that. He can play an instant card, he can remove a tag that I have put on him, and he can make a run, so he can try and hack me.
And there are no untoward implications about that.
We're not gonna go there.
We're not going there.
Yep. Do, do, do.
I think we probably mentioned, I have 4 actions a turn, and Tiffany...
just said
Oh, you just said that. Okay.
I just said that. So, the difference is I get to draw a card at the start of all my turns. Steve does not. Steve always has to pay to draw a card. But we start with 5 clicks, or sorry, 5 credits and 5 cards each. And finally, we shall start. So the chat, have we played any other Legacy games? We've played Pandemic Legacy.
Also, Oh My Goods, the campaign
yeah.
expansion. We've gotten partway through that.
We also have the Watson and Holmes game, which is a competitive campaign style game that we are going to play the first game of on stream, the intro game.
You could argue the Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, well, not a Legacy game in that like pandemic format. Every game there's a newspaper that goes along with each of the cases you're trying to solve, but they're cumulative, so every game you're adding more and more newspapers to search through. So it kind of has that sort of snowball feeling to it.
Okay. Alright, so I start. I have to look at what I
5
got.
cards.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we haven't played Netrunner in a while. So.
We have not.
Plus, there's brand new cards in that set.
Alright, I'm going to play Hedge Fund, which costs me 5 and uses a click. So Hedge Fund, I spend 5 to play it, but then I get 9 back. So basically I gain 4 from doing that. So that's now in my discard. Let's put my thoughts there. Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead. Nice. I'm gonna put a ice right there, and so that's another click. And then I think I'll go ahead and draw a card. And that's my turn. That's my 3rd click, and I'm done.
Alright, as my first click, I'm going to play an event, Sure Gamble. Pay 5 to get 9. So the mirror card of Hedge Fund. Some sort of hilarious implications there. The Sure Gamble is sort of a rigged thing. Rigged card game playing. That was my first click.
I think we'll use this beautiful shot for when Steve tries to hack me. Otherwise, we'll just keep it here.
So I'm going to draw a card. Alright. Let's play Bank Job for 1. I can place 8 credits on here, and then when I make a successful run on a remote server, I can take any number of credits from this. It's a resource, so I can place as many as I want.
What's this?
That was my stuff I can do card that you flip over. I'm going to run on R&D and access one card.
Okay.
I haven't seen this card before. Okay. I made a successful. When I make a run on a server, instead of accessing cards, I can take any number of credits. So I'm going to do that the second time. That's my last click. And instead of accessing cards, I'm going to take
all of it.
All of it.
All right. So is that card done, basically?
Yeah, you trash it one.
All right. So Steve's done. So I will draw. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put an ice down there, because learn from that mistake. So that's one click. Then I'm gonna go ahead and play hedge fund again, because I drew it again. So pay 5, and then I get 9. So there's that. Then I will go ahead and I forget, can I put ice on a server that doesn't exist yet?
Yes.
Yes. I'll put ice down there. And that will be my turn. Oh, I'll draw a card.
Okay.
Okay.
For my first action, I'm making a run on that server.
On this one?
Yep.
Okay.
Would you like to res it?
No. There's nothing there, so you don't gain anything from me. It's just if you have a card that says if you did a successful run this turn. So, I'm good.
You're good?
Yep.
Okay. Second click, I'm going to install Femme Fatale. For 9. When I install it, choose an installed piece of ice. When I encounter it, I can spend a credit per subroutine to bypass it.
Very nice. Alright. You have one more click? 2 more clicks.
I am choosing that piece of ice.
You haven't run into it.
It's an installed piece of ice, so.
Okay. But you don't do it until you run? You do it.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I have to choose it. That's the ice that Femme Fatale is going to beat.
Oh. Okay. Dun.
I am also alright. Third click. I'm going to install Polyhister. Gives me a memory and a link. Links make it more expensive for her to trace me. Memory is better. So I'm using up a memory with this program, and I think we have a default of 4. I think it's 4.
We are using the recommended starter pre-built from Terminal Directive.
Yep.
We have several expansions. We have 12 expansions, but we don't have necessarily all of them, and we got rid of our second core set. So
And our second, all the expansions.
Yeah. I still feel like we should have kept the core set, but we decided to get rid of the core set because we could always buy another one. So there's that. Steve and I much rather preferred playing pre-made decks that other people built than like spending the time to build our own.
Well, I like building our own, but when you don't know all the cards because you haven't been playing a lot, it's hard to know what cards to put in.
It takes like longer than it does to play, to catch up with everything. So
sometimes it's more fun just to.
Yeah. What are you doing?
4. Number of units is 4. Okay. And then I am going to run on HQ.
Run on HQ?
Yep.
Okay. Activating Tapestry. The runner loses a click if able. The corp may draw a card. The corp may add 1 card from headquarters to the top of R&D.
Okay, well, I'm on my last click.
So, he loses it.
Well, I was on my last one, so it...
Well, but...
Yeah. This was my 4th.
Oh. Okay. But I draw a card, and then if I want, I can put a card on the top of my deck. I'm not really sure I want to do that. Oh, wait, because it doesn't end the run.
Mm-hmm.
You're still going to come through. Okay. Interesting. So I'll put that on the top of my deck. Okay, so Steve now can access my hand because I didn't successfully end the run.
Okay, so it says the first time each turn I pass all the ice protecting HQ, you may draw 1 card to force the corpse to draw 1 card. That's my polyhistory console. So I'm going to draw a card. So you must draw a card.
But you didn't pass the ice.
I did.
No, you ran through the ice.
Yeah, I got through it all. I passed one. Okay.
No.
But I only access 1 card because I don't have all sorts of crazy, wacky things. Ichi!
There's ice called Ichi. It makes me happy.
Ichi 1.0! Okay, so that was my turn.
Yep. Alright, so now I draw a card. That won't help. That'll make the noise from the stream worse.
Alright, on to you.
Great, I'm gonna play that there. And I'm gonna play so that's 1. I'm gonna play put that there.
Oh, that's an Ichi.
Yep, there's an Ichi. Speaking of Ichi 1.
Ichi means just 1. Ichi means first?
Yeah, no, it's 1.
Or it's 1.
Yeah, but it can mean first because Japanese is like that. Alright, I'm actually gonna res this for 4. It's the Adonis campaign. So I could have put it face down and like played it as a spoof, but I'm not gonna. I get to put 12 credits on it at the beginning of a turn. I get 3 from it. If I don't put any ice on it, he could spend 3 credits to destroy it. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I have to protect it. So that was 1 click. So bluffy, this game. I'm gonna go ahead and put that there, put that there, And that is my turn.
Alright. First thing I'm going to do, easy mark, game 3.
Alright, did you have a tough day, Xena? Look at your dog. She's laying completely spread out on her side, chewing her bone. Her antler.
It's the equivalent of lying on the floor eating ice cream.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
Alright. That was the first thing.
Ichi is the one.
Second thing I'm doing is drawing a card. Then I am going to special order, search my stack, search my deck for an icebreaker, reveal it and add it to my grip, which is my hand. Don't even know what these are. That's pretty great.
So lazy. Alright.
So incredibly lazy.
So Eden says that they hate playing corpse.
I use special order to get Gordian Blade. And then I shuffle this stack. I probably should have also paid for that.
That would have been helpful.
Paid for that. That was the third. And then the fourth, I'm going to sure gamble for 5, which gets me 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It is Tiffany's turn.
Alright. So I draw a card. Ooh. Oh, oh. That's nice. Alright, I get 3 credits from my Adonis campaign, which shows a beautiful chiseled man. See, you think runners are easier. I think runners are harder and corpse are easier. Because runners, I have to, like, remember programs and do combos, and then I have to remember memory, and then I have to, like, remember, yeah. I think corpse are easier. Cool. What do I want to do? Feel like a woman. Okay, anyway. Wait, 6 and 4? Let's just get rid of it.
6 strength.
Oh yeah, to break it. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. And then I will spend 2 clicks to advance one of my servers. This one's advanced, right?
No, it's the back side of the money.
Do I have to spend money? No.
No, but you use... Oh, but yeah. You just spend... Oh, yeah. You pay a click and a money to advance a card.
Oh, okay. Then I won't cheat. So I advance this. And now it's Steve's turn. Then he's thinking hard.
Bringing it up.
Because is this an agenda or is this a trap? Or is this something that isn't a trap and isn't an agenda, but if I advance to a certain point, benefits me? Like, he doesn't know what this is. He just knows that I have spent some money on something in my corporation. that happens to be protected by 2 protocols, and he has no idea what those protocols are. So, yeah.
Alright. I'm going to account siphon.
Oh.
This was my second click. Make a run on HQ. If successful, instead of accessing cards, you may force the corp to lose up to 5 money, and then gain 2 for each credit lost, and then take 2 tags. Alright, so I'm going to make a run on HQ.
Okay, so you lose a click.
Yep.
Did you lose a click? I can draw a card. And then I can add a card to the top. Nice. Oh, I'll add that to the top of my deck. Okay, and then you succeed.
Yep, so I will force you to lose 5 money.
Great. Wait, why 5?
I can force you to lose up to 5.
Okay.
And then I take 2 money for each credit lost, and then take 2 tags.
Wow. Okay, so Steve has 2 tags. So if I had something that could use tags, I could hurt his brain. Awesome, now I'm broke. Okay, so you have 1 more click?
And then I get my 2 tags. Yep, I have 1 more.
So he's rich and tad. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna run on R&D.
Okay. Okay. Wait, really? Okay, so you have to draw the top card?
Oh,
Or
I could have done this, draw a card to force the corpse to draw a card, but I didn't. I was gonna do that. It's
Are
the
you
first
gonna do
time.
that?
It's the first time. That's HQ. So
Are you gonna do it?
no,
No?
I wouldn't have done that. That I would have had to do it in the past, and that's cheating. But I am gonna
Okay.
access the top card of R&D. And it is an agenda, and I score it.
Yep. So Steve scored 2 of 7 points.
Yep, 2 of 7 points. It is in my accelerated beta test. Is in my score area.
And he's done! So I draw a
Yep.
card. I get 3 from my Adonis. Bloop, bloop. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and
You can.
score this agenda. Oh wait, does it insta-score?
You can score it at any time, but it has to be fully advanced.
It was
Yeah.
at the end of my turn last time,
Yeah.
so I could have.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, I score that. So successful field test. When I score successful
You
field...
had 4 advancement on it?
Oh, it's not 4. It's not 2. It's 4. Great. Okay. Then I will spend 2 money to advance it all the way, and then I will score it. So that was 2 clicks, and then I have 1 more click. When you score a successful field test, install any number of cards from headquarters, ignoring all costs. Which is perfect, because I have IPO. After I resolve this operation in my action phase, but I gain 13 credits. So that's nice.
Oh my god.
And I didn't have to pay for it, which is the best part. But it ends my action phase. So the question is, do I want to install anything before that? Sure. I will install...
Oh, operations aren't installed. Operations are played. You can install agenda, asset, upgrade, or piece of ice.
Sad face! This is what happens when we play this without remembering how to play. Okay.
Learning game.
Mm-hmm. In that case, I will install Himdell 1.0, which is 8. And super sexy.
Oh, but
What?
you can do it face down.
No, because it's no costs. So I have to install it face up. Because otherwise I have to pay for it later.
No, the cost for installing would just be 1 because you would just skip the cost of installing it because there's already 1 piece of ice, so that would be 1.
But I want to install it that way so I don't have to pay for it.
You're not skipping. That's the res cost, which is not the install cost.
I don't have any cards that are super awesome. I don't know what you're talking about. Learning game. Alright, there.
And you paid the 1 extra when you put the 1 ice in front of it, right?
No, but whatever.
Whatever.
Okay.
Just, it's you pay 1 for every existing piece of ice.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, your turn.
Okay. Knowing all the things I know now that I don't know.
Cheating. She's doing it again. Look at her. She's so lazy. So lazy.
Lazy dog.
And hot.
Draw a card. First click.
You got the D word. Oh, no, you got one. You don't like them so much that you let your sister get both of them. That's how much you don't like those. It's pretty funny.
Alright.
We have not played Baseball Highlights 2045. The theme is just so not our thing.
I'm going to draw a second card.
So, I understand that it's pretty good. I've heard that, but it's kind of pricey. Are you out of water? What are we complaining about? This is not going well for me at all, by the way.
I'm going to install Mammon. This is a new card for 3.
Stop.
When my turn begins, I can pay money to put power counters on it, and then when my turn ends, remove them, and if each power counters, I can break a subroutine. That takes up a memory slot. So it's 3. And then I will install Gordian Blade for 4. And I can pay money to break code gate subroutines. And that is actually my whole turn.
Alright, I get a card. Oh, wow. Some interesting things. I get my 3 credits from the Adonis campaign.
Oh, I gained 2 money from you scoring an agenda. What was your thing?
What was my thing? What?
Oh,
yeah. When you make an unsuccessful run.
Okay.
Which you haven't done yet. Great. I'm gonna go ahead and play that. I'm gonna spend 3 clicks and oh no. No, that's not how it works. Okay, I will 1 click to do that, 1 click for money, and 1 click to draw a card. And that's my turn. Steve's turn.
Okay, when my turn begins, I can pay money to place power counters on Mammon. So I'm going to pay 2 to put 2 power counters. I'm just going to use those.
I forget how upgrades work. So many things.
I'm going to pay 3 to install 2 back Aurora. one. Okay, so my stuff is almost full except I have that console.
Dun dun dun.
I'm gonna run on R&D.
R&D?
Yep.
They've done so bad.
Cat's giving me a look.
How many clicks do you have left?
I have 3 clicks. Or no, sorry, I installed 1 card, so I have 2 clicks left.
You have 2 clicks left.
Remember, I have Femme Fatale on that last big device.
On this one?
Yeah.
Remind me what it does?
I can, when I encounter that ice, I can spend 1 money per subroutine to bypass it.
Alright, fine. Whatever. You can access R&D. You get 1 card.
Accelerated beta tests.
Damn it! We gotta stop doing those accelerated beta tests because they never go right. They never go right.
I mean, you should have some policies around that.
Oh god.
As a corporation.
Are you done?
That was my 2nd click.
Yep. 3rd click. What are you doing?
Truck card.
Okay. 4th click. What are you doing?
Draw card.
Okay. My turn. Draw card.
Oh, and then I didn't use these power counters, so I lose them.
Okay, I get the last of my money, so Adonis is done for, but still there.
When there are no credits on it, trash it.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade, or play that there. Sorry. You don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what's happening.
It's a card on the server. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on. Oh, no, I won't do that. But I will spend 3 credits to advance that to score this agenda. Evidence collection.
What?
When I win a game with evidence collection in my score area, I reveal set 2. Dun dun dun! So I have some evidence that apparently is really good. So we're tied currently.
4-4.
Yeah. We're kind of the same way, Luke. So Luke in the chat says, I used to really enjoy playing, but the cost to keep up got too much. What are your thoughts on this new direction? We stopped playing a couple years ago because of the same reason. Like, the cost was just too much, and there were too many cards, and we didn't play, like, super competitively. We just played casually with each other and a couple people. So it was just too much to keep track of and too expensive to, like, have the new shiny, like, the 1 or 2 really good cards that might be in a set.
Yeah, like, I used to check BGG reviews when a set would come out, and they'd be like, these cards not as good as other stuff. This one card, awesome. Which, I mean, is how they do sets, but...
So I think that we're... One of the reasons we got this was because, one, we really like Netrunner and we really enjoy it, but we're not big on the deck building part. And the thing that I liked about this and that was appealing was that there's a recommended starter deck, which I just am using, and then it's kind of going to deck build itself as I play the game. And because I have a very clear objective of what I'm doing to accomplish, like, my campaign goal, I can deck build around it and keep the strategy similar to the cards that I have to have in my deck that the game tells me. So it kind of provides a purpose, and then also you just need a core set to play it, and anything above the core set is just kind of like bonus. So that's really nice.
Yeah, they said it's basically just if you and the other players want to use other cards, but by default, you only use cards from the core set to build.
Yeah.
So that kind of, in a way, maybe like dials back some of the wacky stuff that they've added in the however many million expansions.
So I think that this just, like, kind of markets to us.
Yeah.
Like, we're a couple that has a whole bunch of the cards, and yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of more in the, I don't say excuse to play territory, but it's like a reason to play where we don't feel the pressure to build a competitive deck.
We were blocking them from their water.
Ah.
Okay, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna pay the 1, paying 2 to put 2 power counters on Mammon.
That was a click.
Yeah. No, that's when my turn begins.
Okay. Whew.
I'm gonna play Easy Mark to get 3 credits. And then I'm going to play Process Automation, which is awesome, to gain 2 credits and draw a card.
So how many clicks are you at?
That was my second click.
Okay.
And then I'm going to account siphon. Make a run on HQ.
HQ.
So that is a code gate. It is strength 6. I have a Gordian Blade. I can pay 4. I can basically pay. Oh, or I can just. Oh, but Mammon I need to boost. Tricky. Yeah, I'm gonna pay 4 to bump Gordian Blade up 1 strength for the remainder of the run.
Is that a 4 or a 1? I'm very confused.
It's one. Paying 1 is plus 1 strength for the remainder of the run.
But you said pay 4.
Yeah, so I'm doing that 4 times.
Okay. So then it's gonna be strength 6.
Yeah, so that's strength 6. And then I am gonna pay. Let's see. I'm gonna break the subroutine for losing a click. And then I'm gonna break the subroutine for adding a card to R&D.
But you're gonna let me put a card on the top of my deck?
No, you can draw a card, but I'm breaking the first and the last one.
Okay. Okay.
And then instead of access.
Oh, darn it. I could have been doing this the entire time. Whenever you lose a click during a run, I can add a card from archives to the top of right.
Oh,
so I could have been
that's
getting
awesome.
my hedge funds back.
Asterisk game. I have something similar. The first time each turn I make a successful run on HQ, which I haven't been doing, I may choose 2 cards in my heap. If able, you remove 1 from the game, the other goes back to my hand.
Okay.
But, so, I can draw a card to force you to draw a card, so I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I am going to force you to lose 5, and then I am going to gain 10 and take 2 tags.
Okay, so Steve's really tagged. So if I had any cards that did brain damage for tag, I could basically kill him.
Yep.
Which would be great. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
So that was click 3.
Yep. And click 4.
Run on HQ again.
Great.
So click 4, you lose a click, you can draw a card, and then you can add a card from your HQ to the top of the board.
Draw this card. I will discard that. Or put it on top. Okay. Are you gonna access?
Yeah, yep.
So successful HQ access means he gets to
look at one card. Black level clearance. Dang. That's some crazy stuff.
Yep.
Alright, clearly I'm just losing money on frickin' Mammon, but...
Cool. Alright, my turn. Draw a
Your
card.
turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and cry me a river. I'm gonna go ahead and spend 1 click to put that down, and then 2 clicks to get 2 money. I am a very broke agenda. Or, I'm a very broke corporation. Alright, Steve, your turn. I think Xena put herself to bed.
Entirely possible.
She does it sometimes.
I'm gonna run on this remote server.
This one?
Yep.
That one right there.
Would you like to res the first card?
I don't think I can. Nope. Can't res that one. Can't res that one.
Oh, I don't think I got my 2 money for the second agenda you scored.
I can't, however, res that. Pay 2 credits.
Aggressive secretary.
Trash 1 program for each advancement token. I don't have any, but... Oh.
But then I can trash it for
So
0.
there's no reason for me to pay the 2, because I don't have any advancements on it.
Yeah.
So, I won't do that. But this is an example of I have a card that Steve was like, I'm gonna go get it, and then I just was like, nope.
An aggressive secretary. Alright, well, I'll pay nothing to trash it.
Okay,
That was my first click.
sure.
Draw a card. Second click. So,
It'd be great if you made unsuccessful runs, because then I would be getting money, but I don't have that. Season 2 of Pandemic Legacy should be out at Gen Con, I believe. I believe.
I'm gonna run on HQ.
Okay, do you lose a click?
I pay 5 to not lose a click. So 4 to boost that for the code gate breaker, and then 1 to break the click losing routine.
Okay, do I get to draw a card?
And you may add a card to the top of R&D.
Alright.
And then the first time I pass all the ice, I can draw a card to force you to draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first time I make a successful run. Is it a successful run when I pass all the ice? Or access cards, res cards, run is successful, access cards. Okay.
You haven't accessed yet, though.
Or run is successful is before access cards.
Are you
So, is this
accessing cards or making me discard money?
Well, so first, I'm going to choose my 2 account siphons out of my heap. You remove 1 from the game, the other goes to my hand.
I discard 1. Da da da.
Okay. Now, I am going to access cards. Can't trash that. There's no hand limit,
Yeah,
is there?
that's the
Is there a
really-
hand limit?
I don't know.
I'm just going to check. I mean, it's basically a somewhat of an asterisk.
What's a
game.
resource?
It is a type of card that I haven't played yet. But those are like locations and stuff. Okay. I thought there was a hand limit, but We'll figure that out. Max hand size of 5 cards.
Been cheating for a while.
And then I have a max size of 5 cards.
Have you been cheating too?
No. I've been under it.
Okay.
I have 4.
Well.
Next time you get down to 5, don't exceed it.
Okay. How about I don't exceed the hand limit I have?
And then, I don't know, this whole may draw a card, like, I assume that you can draw a card, but if you're at your hand limit, it doesn't matter. I've been making you cheat. Okay, so I accessed my card.
Well, that's the question. Do I discard down at the end of my turn? Like, what happens if you make me draw a card?
I think it's a may draw a card, so...
Well, no.
Oh, force the corpse to draw
Yeah.
a card. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like a... Sounds like a fact thing.
Alright, so is it my turn?
No, I have a last click.
Great.
And I'm running on R&D.
Great.
Would you like to res the
Super
first
great.
card?
No.
Would you like to res the second card?
Yes, but I can't.
Okay, I'm accessing the top card of R&D.
Da-da-da. Hey,
What? If snare is accessed from R&D, the runner must reveal it. If you pay 4 when the runner accesses snare,
damn it.
do 3 net damage, which would make you discard cards, and give the runner a tag. Ignore this ability if the runner accesses snare from archives. So I'm gonna trash snare.
Well, can't pay for it anyway.
That was good.
That was
Good.
timing.
That was great. Okay,
Right.
that was my last play.
Alright, my turn. I draw a
Also,
card.
I am tagged to hell and back. I've got 4.
Alright, ugh. I'm gonna spend 2 credits to put Marilyn out, which I put 8 credits on it, and at the beginning of the turn I get them back. And then I will spend, if you trash it while it's installed, it goes into my R&D. Then I will spend my last 2 clicks getting more money because I'm broke. I'm always broke. I'm always broke.
Okay. I will draw a card.
The net running goes great for Steve, poorly for me. We're tied technically, but Steve is rich and I am very broke because he keeps siphoning my funds off, which is kind of a problem.
It is a little bit of a problem.
For me. For him, it's great.
I am actually just going to pay 6 to remove 3 tags.
Is that an action each?
It's an action each.
So that's 3 clicks?
Yep, so that's my turn.
Okay.
I'm down to 5 money.
I get my 2 from that. Then I'm gonna go ahead, and have ZZ bark. Yep.
Netter's runner, I like that.
I'm gonna go ahead and 1, 2, 3. Stupid turn.
Pay 2 and a click to get rid of my last tag.
Oh, I wonder if evidence collection, if you have it, like if you had scored it, if you would get to move on to collection too. I think you might.
Yeah, I think so. When you
That's
win a game
cool.
within your score area.
It's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Too bad I already did it. See you, Netters.
But I can stop you.
Oh yeah, Netters is coming to Portland. Spoilers. We might do a bonus stream with Netters. Probably just play games. What's up? What you doing? How many clicks are you at? What'd you do to get 2 credits?
Oh. I got rid of my last tag, so I had paid 2 credits. I am going to...
So, Peach Hack in the chat thinks that evidence collection only counts for the corporation. The runner has to use Delgado to have the same effect. But it doesn't specify.
It just says in your score area.
Yeah, it says when you win a game with evidence collection in your score area, reveal set 2. Which would imply to me either way. Because it doesn't specify court.
And, yeah, runner agendas go to their score area.
There's probably a fact on it. We need to give you girls free stuff. Alright. Come on, Mr. AP Prone.
I'm gonna account siphon.
Great. Super excited about that.
I'm gonna make a run on HQ. I lose a click, you may draw a card, and then you can add a card to R&D.
Okay. So, when you lose a click, I can add a thing from... This is important.
This is important.
There we go. So, you lost a click. That's great. Now I can draw a card. Yes! And then I can put a card on top of my deck. Yes! Oh, I'm so happy about this card right now. Okay. Now, if successful, siphon off all my funds, you jerk.
I may.
Yep.
But I will. But I passed all the ice, so I'm going to draw a card. You have to draw a card.
Agenda text is only active in the corpse score area unless otherwise stated.
Oh, good point.
Okay.
Still don't know how that forcing works with Max Hamlet.
I don't know.
So...
Easy.
I have a feeling my awesome first time I do a run thing, I can't get cards into my hand. Because I'm at max. That was dumb. Okay. I account siphon.
Okay.
So I get 2 tags again. And
So
10
much
credits.
money. And I get nothing. I lose all my money, which I worked so hard to get.
So that was, let's see, I did...
Which is really sucky.
That wasn't my first thing that I did.
No, that was like your third. You gotta keep track. Because playing that is 1.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And you did something to get rid of a tag, and then you did something to get money.
Yeah, okay, so that was my second. And then I lose a click, and then I'm on my 4th.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, but I get my 2 tags. I run on your Hella server.
This one?
Yep.
Yeah. I figured. Well, I am broke. So I can't activate my ice.
And then I can access cards, I guess, in any order, so I will access that one.
These accelerated beta tests.
Wow, all 3 accelerated beta tests. That's pretty good. And then I will access... I will not access the other one.
Well, I can't put 2 agendas.
Or
I can't put 2 agendas on one server.
Yeah, do I just access everything?
Cena, no.
I access all cards in the server, yeah. Block level clearance. Whenever there's a successful run in the server, I must either take a brain damage or jack out.
can't res
So
it.
I'll take the brain damage.
I can't res it.
Oh, you can't res it.
You took all my money.
Right. So then I will
Too many times.
pay money to trash.
Yep. Alright.
That was my last thing.
I do not like your Siphoning Fun card, which I feel like you've played too many times.
Remember I did the
No, I feel like you've played it like 6 times.
I've played it 3.
No, I don't think that's right.
Okay.
I don't think that's accurate. Alright.
Yeah.
I
Thanks,
get a
Big
card.
Tack. Yep, you're right. You have to access all cards.
I get 2 credits from Martha. Okay. Oh man. So broke. I spent so much time getting that money built up and then he just wiped it out. I will spend... Oh god. One click to do that. Or sorry, 1 click and 1 credit. And then I'll spend my last 2 clicks to get 2 credits. Steve's turn. This isn't going well for me.
If the cards in your hand exceed your maximum hand size at the beginning of the discard phase, you have to discard down to your max.
That's what I had a feeling. That's fine. Not like I can pay for any of these.
And then...
Hey look, I'm at hand size. Okay.
Cards discarded from ace you are always sent face down, regardless of whether they have been accessed by me.
Sweet. Okay, it's your turn. Go, go, go. Hey, Nathaniel.
I will pay 4 and 2 clicks to remove the 2 tags. So use 2. And then I will access each cube. Or I will run on each cube. Would you like to res?
Nope.
I guess, yeah, I'll lose the click. You can draw a card.
I don't draw it, I add it to the top. I will not draw the card. And I will add that to headquarters.
Okay, and then I lost.
You lost a click
So I'm
on
yeah.
4. So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna access cards.
Okay. Doo-doo-doo.
And then right, I can draw a card to force you to draw a card.
Do you have a hand on that? You can.
It's
draw
you
a card.
discard down at the and then you can remove one of these from the game, and I add the other to my grip. So, would you like to remove Sure Gamble from the game, or Sure Gamble?
Sure gamble.
Okay. I will access this card. You can have your hedge fund back.
Only I could play it.
Okay, now my turn is over, and I need to discard down.
Yes! I have money! Alright.
Discard 1.
Draw a card. This is great. I get 2
Discard.
from that, which is awesome. which means I can play hedge fund for 5 to get 9. That's
Crazy.
fabulous. So that was 1 click. 2 clicks, I'm going to play Archived Memories to get hedge fund back. And then 3rd click, I'm going to play hedge fund again.
Yep.
To get 4 more credits. Who's rich now? Steve just stipends it all off again.
So what are you talking about?
Okay, and now it's Steve's turn. Whew.
Okay. Sure gamble, pay 5 for 9.
Both got money. Money, money. Thank you, Booty.
And then I'm gonna pay 5 to put the Laguna Velasco district in. So whenever I spend a click to draw a card, draw an additional card. So I'm gonna spend a click, draw 2 cards. And then I'm gonna spend a click and draw 2 cards. And then I will go to discard town.
Oh, you're done?
Yep.
Okay. Draw a card. Oh. Okay.
I did on my discard.
Okay. Okay. 1. So how much money do I have? Oh, right. I get the last 2 off by Martha. My
And Martha gets
Maryland.
crushed, Maryland.
Maryland. Alright, so 1, 2.
Oh, what was the 1, 2? Oh, is it
1,
1, 2?
2. Three. Your turn. Da da. So I have a lot. I have a lot more money now, which means all of this ice that's been like not res that Steve hasn't seen is dangerous to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put down these 2 cards this round. So he doesn't know what they are. Could be agendas, could be traps, could be cards that like let me advance them for different benefits.
Pay 5 to
Etc.
install Charlatan. Pay 2 to install Dean.
Okay, so it's 2 clicks.
Yep.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna spend 1 click to draw 2 cards.
With what? What? Oh, okay. Alright. 1 click to go.
just take credit.
Okay. Okay. I will play Biotic Labor for 4, which gives me 2 extra clicks. So I have a total of 4 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I score it for the win.
For the win!
For the win! Whew. Elective Upgrade, which gives me 3 agenda points, which brings me to 7.
I should have run on it.
I would have destroyed you. I would have destroyed you. I had an Ichi that I could pay for, and I had a roto turret.
I had, which I should have used, spearfishing, which is make a run, bypass the innermost piece of ice, which wouldn't have ended the run.
Ichi would have stopped you. Ichi's a good dog.
What does Ichi do?
Oh, I can trash programs.
Yeah, but it does brain damage. It doesn't end the run. I should have run.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, and didn't.
I win!
All right. Well, mark off your win.
And I get to open.
Oh, that's right.
I get to reveal set 2 because I won with evidence. So my corporation has found evidence, and I get to open things, which is exciting.
And you are ahead of me.
I am.
Darn. Well, it was 6 to 7.
That was intense.
That was pretty intense.
I was pretty sure I was gonna get destroyed and lose, and then I drew that card, and I was like, this is exactly the number of agenda points that I need to win. And I had held on to the card that gave me more clicks the entire game. I've had that card the entire game, and I was like, there's gonna be a reason to play this card. And I found it. Okay, so we need some pens. Alright.
That was a good game.
So I get to mark
a little bit of an asterisk game. We remembered some rules.
Yeah, it's still fun. We both cheated equally. So I mark off that
Here's your beta test.
I won 1. Steve marks off that he lost 1. And then I get to open set 2. So, they're right here.
Oh, and I do not.
You do not.
That is interesting.
You do not.
So are you gonna read set 2?
I'm gonna read set 2. I'm
Okay.
gonna do the spoiler dog and read set 2.
Should I not be here?
It's up to you.
I don't know. I think because we both got the start of it, but I think I shouldn't.
Do you not want to be here?
Hmm?
Oh, it's up to you.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll just,
that's fine.
you know.
Oh wow, there's a lot.
Because it's, I should know that stuff, right?
Okay, here we go. Alright, so for those that are joining late, whenever the spoiler dog is on the screen, this means that there are spoilers being read, either story pieces or rule stuff, so you can mute. When the spoiler dog is gone, when I remove the spoiler dog, that means there's no more spoilers. So, here we go. Spoiler dog is up. Spoilers now. Your footsteps ricochet through the parking level, each step a too loud announcement of your presence. You know it's perfectly safe, yet your heart pounds in your chest. You can't decide if it's excitement or terror. Over here, says Sloan, and you walk to meet him. He's not wearing his black suit and tie for a change, but a navy blue athletic shirt under a tactical vest and harness. You've never seen Sloan kitted up for field work like this. Somehow it makes him look even more professional. The body is a woman, either young or rich enough to look it. Her clothes are fashionable and high-end, and tasteful dead metal earrings or jewelry hangs from her wrists. You assume she was wearing earrings too, but there's not much left of her head to tell. Behind you, you hear Zeng gasp. I thought the Byrod was destroyed by the NAPD. Spoilers! It was, says Sloan. He nods down at the corpse. It's like we thought. This isn't an isolated situation. Sloan gestures at the hard suit-clad SEC team surrounding you. Aside from these guys here, we 3 are the only people who know she's dead. What do we do now, boss? Alright, so, my options. Thanks for destroying the deck, Kat. Get everything you can here, then notify the NAPD. We may still benefit from cooperation. Or secure the scene, analyze it, then sanitize it. This woman is never to be found. We'll bring in outside help. Specialists. Oh. I'm not done yet. I think I'm gonna do secure the scene, analyze it, then sanitize it. This woman is never to be found. We'll bring in some outside help. Alright, so.
Are you done yet?
No!
Okay.
So I need to do this one. And then I will need to do. Oh, there's some card updates. Oh, wow. Okay, I need to put this sticker on. And then I need to do this sticker. And then I need to update all copies of evidence collection with these stickers. What? Wow. And then these stickers I don't use. I may add any number of Lieutenant Todachi to my deck. Interesting. And I also have to put that sticker down. Okay, so there's only one sticker that I'm not using from Kit 2. And I also get... Where'd it go? Right here. I also get... Oh! Oh, this is very interesting. If I had chosen the other route, I would have gotten to put Investigator Delgado into my deck as well. So we both would have had it. Instead, I have another character called Lieutenant Todachin. Wow. That's crazy. Alright, so I get to use these cards. I don't get to use these cards, so I'm going to put these all with the 2. We're saving the 2 cards that we're not using. So this is my 2 deck done for, and there we go.
Have you completed the parts?
Yes, and then the dog gets to go away!
Oh, that dog.
Did I really put out both of these? Okay, I'm gonna do these one at a time. Steve, talk about how you feel about this thing. Don't look at what I'm doing.
So this is interesting. I think I enjoy theme and story and stuff in games, so I am in some cases willing to like overlook clunky game parts in favor of interesting story things. So like I've already got, I've already got the enjoyment out of the game. We're like going through a murder mystery and like learning stuff and then also playing Netrunner at the same time. With the full acknowledgement that like it's been so long since I've played and it's been so long since Tiffany played, we're basically like learning how to play again. But like it's not going to be high level play. Like we're not like evaluating which of these new cards that we have are better.
Oh, the cat's vomiting and Xena is trying to interview her while it's happening. Sorry. But yeah, no, I'm with Steve on this. Like, the thematic...
Abby, was that a commentary?
That one wasn't bad. So I need to find evidence collection and put stickers on them. Steve is definitely more thematic when it comes to games, and he really likes the Android world. It's part of the reasons he got into Netrunner. And Ichi, leave it alone. Ichi. So it's, I'm super excited about playing more, especially because now I know things that he doesn't. That makes me excited.
And I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Because Netrunner has asymmetrical gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
So adding a little like asymmetrical story, I think is kind of neat. So, like in the game, they suggest like you can read the story secretly, but both people should be able to see the gameplay stuff.
Yeah. So it's really, I'm super excited about this. That's cool. I think that we might finish this Legacy game. Maybe in record time. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it got us, we haven't played Netrunner in so long. Like, probably 2.5 years. So this, I'm glad that we got this to make us want to play Netrunner again. So that's pretty awesome. Also, there's a whole bunch of story on this that I'm not going to read to you guys because it's just more story and more specific, and I'm going to read it because I need to know, but we're just not going to worry about it for this. If you want to find out more and find out what happens, you have to go get Terminal Directive and play it. Also,
wow, that's
again, if you you have to have a core set, which is basically just the Netrunner box. And that's all you need, plus this to play the campaign.
The core set's probably cheapish now, or I don't know.
It's still MSRP.
Oh, it's still MSRP.
But you can find it for on sale quite frequently. Yep.
If you did want to play with one of the fixed decks, the other runner deck that I'm not playing has an extra copy each of.
Did you not?
Has an extra copy each of 2 cards that you would need another core set for, but you would probably just proxy those with other cards, or like you would just use other cards if you did want to do that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, like to make their own decks, don't want to use the core ones. Probably I'll use this as a starting point and tweak.
Well, we have to discuss.
Yeah, we have
to discuss what we're allowing and what we're not.
But they do say if you get cards during the game, you can only add them to your deck between games, that kind of thing.
I gotta decide if it's worth it for this one. See, but now that I have these cards that Steve doesn't get to know about, that I got from this set, I might want to modify and tweak my deck beyond the pre-built using cards from the core set. So, I'm pretty excited. It gives us a reason to play Netrunner that isn't just destroy each other, which I like a lot. I like, not the destroying each other, I like the fact that we now have another reason to play Netrunner that isn't just to be crazy competitive and destroy each other.
Because we can get pretty into it, and the games can get pretty tense, so it's nice to have some of a oh darn, I lost, I can open set 9, as opposed to just I lost 4 games in a row, can I go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this is pretty cool. If you don't already have Netrunner, the price point kind of goes up a little bit, but if you're like us and you were into Netrunner and you played Netrunner and then you kind of fell out of it because it was just way too much to keep up with and you're not super into the competitive game scene, if you enjoy the thematic games, I would say go for it. Quinn's from Shut Up and Sit Down did a review of it, and I did read it today, and his review was basically, he hadn't played Netrunner in quite a while, but this made him get back into Netrunner and let him enjoy Netrunner from the perspective of being a noob, because he and his friend only played with the core set and these added cards, so they had to go back to playing Netrunner the way that it was when all they had was the core set and not the 42 expansions that are currently out. So he really liked it from that standpoint. But he was like, the story is a little weird, and they could have done better things with how they wrote the story and how they tied the story into what you're doing, because you pick a hacker and you pick a corporation, but the story is just generic, so it works if you picked anyone. And so he was like, I don't know why they didn't just sell sell one set that is this corp if you pick that one and one that is this runner, and then have the story tweaked for that. So, yeah. That was his review, which was basically, if you like Netrunner and you wanted to get back into Netrunner, great. You're probably already buying it. And if you're not sure if you weren't sure about getting into Netrunner, this may or may not be what it is. So, yeah. This isn't going to turn us into competitive players, but it's kind of revitalizing a game that has just gathered dust on our shelf. So from that perspective, it's an expansion that I think is way more worth it than buying any of the card pack expansions that add the new fancy hotness cards. Which
Some people get a lot of value of, and for us, the last 2 that we bought, we didn't play with them much. So this is more like playing through the playing through a co-op campaign together type thing, as opposed to just like playing a bunch of head-to-head
No, this
matches.
isn't co-op.
No, but you know what I mean. Like, you know, playing through.
Yeah.
You know,
So
don't know.
so that's it. So now I have to make the crucial decision of playing another game of this with Steve, or going and playing Breath of the Wild. It's a tough life I lead. So yeah. But thank you for tuning in and watching. I thought we had a bonus stream potentially planned, but I can't remember what it was. What? Oh, yeah, because, no, I don't want to.
You know what? Okay.
I don't want to. I mean, we could. I'll own you at it. Let's do it. It's May the 4th.
I'll lose, but that's fine. I always lose at it anyway, so.
Okay, so we're going to do a bonus stream because it's May 4th. Technically here's still where we are. It's May 4th. So we're going to do a bonus stream after this one, so I'm going to shut down the stream and restart it in like 5-10 minutes. And I'm not going to tell you what we're going to play. You just got to like hang out in the chat for 10 minutes to see what it is that we're going to play. So there's that. But thank you for tuning in and watching this stream. We're going to be streaming again on Tuesday. And what we're playing on Tuesday, I honestly don't know right now.
We have some contenders.
We have some really good contenders. It kind of depends on who wants to come play. There's been some talk of people coming to play some Terra Mystica, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But, coolies. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Sorry if you tried to watch this to learn Netrunner. I should put like a thing in the beginning of the video that's like, don't do that.
It's learn as you go, Netrunner.
Oh god, just not even, because we didn't even play right. There's like so many extra like things. Like Netrunner is super involved. Find a really great tutorial video that isn't this. This video is definitely more about the terminal directive stuff. So, yeah. Okay. We gotta figure out how to put this away.
Yeah.
In a way that doesn't destroy it. I think we
probably
could just
bags.
use... Yeah, bags.
Because those are just gonna explode out, so.
And we can just put these in the set, because that's how we're playing.
Yep.
Alright, cool. So, we're going to shut this down. If you want to watch our bonus stream, just, hang out in the chat for a bit. Alright, we'll be back.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Waiting for a couple seconds while...
Oh, and thanks for helping out with, like, rules questions and stuff.
Always,
folks
thank
in
you.
The chat.
Yeah. We were hoping that Steve's best friend that loves Netrunner and plays Netrunner a lot would be in the chat to, like, tell us what we were doing wrong, but he wasn't, so...